Good morning, everyone. This message is divinely and highly intentional for every single individual, and it is regarding and subject to a delay is not a denial. Now, this week has been a very productive week for me. Work has been working. It is the holidays, and it's just been a lot going on. Okay. So instead of me taking it personal, I'm the type of person, I'm a real Libra. I don't give up and I never miss. And I'm very consistent with what it is that I need to do and what I need to tap into. So I just want all of you, regardless of who you are, understand what I'm telling you and take this as a word as well as a read. A delay is not a denial. That if you do not get that position you applied for, just know that delay is not a denial. If you do not get that standing ovation and you've been working overly overtime to achieve high expectations that you have procreated for yourself, a delay is not a denial. So many people throughout history within creativity, because that's my tribe, within politics, within fashion, within beauty, within philosophy, within science, within doctor, lawyer, retail, you name it. No matter the title, someone had to start with an idea and someone had to start with a plan. A delay is not a denial. If you are a intelligent girl or girl like myself and enjoy historical facts, then as you can see, from the now to the then to the then to the now, a delay is not a denial. So if you do not get what you have tried to manifest, peace be still. Just know your time will come not on your time, but when it is intended. Many years ago, I used to get highly anxious about when I know, when I know what I know, that I am more than capable of doing that thing, whatever that thing was in the past that I, Valerie, felt that I needed in that moment. But as I've gotten older and gotten wiser, at 41 years old, I realized that if it ain't for me, it ain't for me. And if it ain't broke, I ain't fixing shit. Because at the end of the day, it gets to a point that when you grow through life and when you glow through life, you realize you really don't need all of that. That what is intended for you will seek you as long as you are putting your best foot forward. And I know who I am at my core. I know who I am within my life in real time. That regardless of the internet, regardless of platforms, I know me. So I don't have a facade. I don't have an image. I don't have anything to try to keep up with. I am who I said I was the first time. A lot of people have to act the part and look the part and be the part. Unfortunately, fortunately, respectfully, I ain't got to do none of that shit. You going to get what I put out here. And that is me in the bonnet, me with no makeup on, me with the glasses, me without the glasses, me when I'm glammed, looking good, thank you, ma'am. You're going to get this southern gal, how you get her. And that's just that on that. I don't care to be perfect. Highly, no one is. I'm highly imperfect, and I live for it because it gets to a point. I have nothing to prove to anyone, and you don't either. So, therefore, use your content as being yourself organically. Because when you can authentically be yourself and you are genuinely yourself, a delay is not a denial. That when one door does not open, that doesn't mean no doors are not going to open. Keep going. Be consistent. You know how many people started from the bottom and now they are here? Shout out to Drake as well as Future because we know how the song was created, but we ain't going there. Okay? Sometimes it takes a village, it takes a journey, it takes sacrifice, it takes going through a lot. But when you jump off that porch metaphorically, don't just jump. Jump all the way up and let these people know who you are, that you were born a star. You don't have to act like a star. You were born it. But sometimes we go through life and we lose our aura because we tend to be around a lot of people that was never intended to be a part of the journey. Some that we assumed was quite permanent was respectfully quite temporary. And then we end up getting caught up in things that just we have to live and we have to learn. Just to sum it up, just to wrap it up. So therefore, never take the journey to heart. Never charge it to the heart. And know that when it is your time, it will happen. That if you be around 5 bosses, you become the 6. If you be around 5 bums, you become the 6. The math always have to math for me. And logically, respectfully, it always has to make sense. And see, with me having a high level of discernment and moving with intent, I'm going to read a room down. I'm checking the temperature, and I'm going to continue to walk because I don't really need confirmation, and I don't really need all of the things that a lot of people need to feel good about their esteem. I feel good about me because I'm authentic, original, and I'm myself. And I have nothing to prove to anyone. And so when things don't work out for me as I grow through life, I don't take it personal because that just gives me confirmation from the universe that something better is on the way. Now, I attest to and digress to when it comes, it comes. But see, we can't control the flow of life. We have to be the flow of life. We've been too busy taught to go with the flow. No one necessarily taught us to be the flow. So once you are no longer going with the flow, you're not a yes girl. You're not a yes guy. You're just not going with what people want you to do. You will always be, quote unquote, labeled the villain. But baby, if they label you the villain, goddamn it, well, quite well. Because in life, there's going to come a time when you will have to be the hero. You'll need to be humble in certain circumstances. And then there will be times when you got to be the villain because these people done dog walked you, stepped on all your little toes, and made you feel less than when you knew you was him or her when you walked through the door from the beginning. Clock that, T. So before you try to give to individuals, read the room. If your gut tell you don't pick up that phone and call Tyrone, don't call him. If your gut feeling tell you don't call your home girl and tell her your business, don't call. Because a lot of the times, listening ears can be running mouths. And sometimes you just need to find a sacred space within your home. Get you a nice hot cup of coffee or tea, preferably hot tea is my choice. And just vibe out with your damn self sometimes. Because people do the utmost. And it's not the world that is corrupt, my friend. It is the people in the world with all these different energies, with all these different agendas that make the world corrupt. It was never the world that was corrupt. I want to be very clear on that. So surround yourself with love, surround yourself with kindness, and understand that a delay is not a denial. We don't always get what we want when we want it, but just know that it is coming. Maybe there's another lesson that we need to learn, okay? Because everything is not a block. Sometimes it's just not ready to be in fruition. Sometimes there's one more thing that the universe wants you to do. So don't ever take it personal when things are not going according to how you want them to go. We don't control anything. Even those that think they control things don't control anything. Things happen when they need to happen. And always remember, you are never bigger than the program. The program isn't even bigger than the program. So I want to be clear in my intent to this message. A delay is not a denial. Keep going. Don't give up on your God-given gifts and talents. Don't give up on who you are. Keep your head on the swivel and let them. In the great words of Mel Robbins, let them do whatever they're going to do and you do what you need to do. Who gives a rat's ass? To hell with them. In the words of my grandfather, rest easy, my boy. Continue. A delay is not a denial. It's going to happen not on your time, but when it's intended to happen. Keep your head up and stay focused.